Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Roseburg High School basketball tonight here on The Score. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2024 as we start moving our way into the second half of the high school basketball schedule for the Roseburg Indians. They've got two non-conference games to go before they start beginning conference play coming up next week. And tonight, the Roseburg boys have made the long trek up north to take on the Century Jaguars here in Hillsboro. Roseburg coming in with a 4-game winning streak after a couple of games here during the holiday portion of the season. Roseburg at 6-3 on the year, looking to stretch their winning streak to 5 games tonight against the Century Jaguars. They come in at 7-5 on the season. The Jaguars winners in their last game. They are 2-3 over their last 5. Roseburg looking to try and pick up some momentum here as we head into the second half of the season and get conference play underway next week with the first game against South Medford coming up next Tuesday. Today they take on Century. Tomorrow they're back at home against Ashland, and then it's on to the Panthers starting next week. It's great to be with you, everybody. I'm Joey Keyran. We've been off for a little while. I was expecting to get back to action on Tuesday, but unfortunately a little bit of the bug caught me there and had to cancel our broadcast on Tuesday, but back to at least moderate health as we get ready for tonight's contest here today. So the Roseburg boys will take on Century. Head coach Jordan Humphrey is going to be joining us here in the pregame show in just a few moments. Want to remind everybody, tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you'll find our live video stream broadcast there. You can hit the subscribe button to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get alerts every time that we go live with another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports. The live video stream is brought to you by our friends at the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take a quick break here in the pregame show. When we come back, we'll catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys as we wrap up the non-conference portion of the schedule here today and tomorrow, and then get ready for Southwest Conference play. Coach Humphreys catches us up with the Roseburg boys basketball team when we return after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM, 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream online YouTube broadcasts through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg getting ready to take on Century in another non-league matchup as we move our way into 2024. And joining us now is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, Happy New Year, and welcome to the second half of kind of the calendar for your guys' schedule. I know there's still a long ways to go on this year's season, but how'd things go the couple of weeks I've been gone from the team? How have you guys been shaping up? I know the team comes into today with a 4-game winning streak.
We had those 3 games right before break, all on the road, and it was good to see our guys tested on the road at Eagle Point. Came out with some energy in the first half and got a good lead. Had a good contribution from lots of guys, and the team played pretty well and started to develop a little bit more team chemistry. And then at Ashland, we didn't quite continue that team chemistry. We came out with no energy, but Micah Mendoza played really well for us and kind of said, hey, okay, you're not bringing any energy, so I'm going to take over. And he had a great game. I think he was 5 for 7 from the three-point line, and had a season high with 31, and kind of took control of the game and led us to victory like a good leader should. So that was good to see him come out and take control when he needed to. And then we finished at Marshfield, which is a tough 4A team, and played probably one of our better games of the year as far as the team goes, and really came together a little bit as far as being unselfish and playing team defense and doing a lot of things we talked about. So that was good to see. And then we got a nice big break and came back and kind of on Tuesday with Thurston. Came out a little bit slow, but we'd been on a big break, and then kind of woke up in the second half and picked up where we left off. So a lot of good growth over the last few weeks, and looking forward to see how we can compete up here in Portland.
You know, the holiday break usually is kind of a time where teams get to really focus in on kind of basketball. You don't have the school distraction and the day in and day out of being in the classroom. You feel like this is the turning point for this team, and did you see them? You know, I was looking at some of the shooting numbers, and things have jumped up a little bit for you guys on shooting percentages. Do you feel like the team kind of is starting to lock in a little bit as you guys get ready for conference play coming up?
Yeah, I think they're starting to understand the quality of shots we want them to take, and making the extra passes and getting the right guys the right shots. And so I think that is starting to come together, and they're starting to see the success from that and feel confident when they're making the right decisions.
As you guys have a couple of non-conference games left to go, before you guys begin Southwest Conference play coming up next week, what kind of things are you hoping to continue to see from this team over these next 2 games before things really start ramping up and the games kind of step up in importance just a little bit?
Defense needs to get better, keeping guys out of the paint, forcing baseline, better closeouts, a lot of little things on that end just to make sure our defense gets shored up and dialed in, so we're relying on each other for rotations and things like that. And then offensively, just continue to be unselfish and continue to get the guys the ball that are hot, or the guys that are wide open, and take the best shot every possession down, which we're trending towards.
You guys add a game coming up tomorrow to the schedule. I'm assuming that 9 games into the year, number 10 coming up tonight, that you guys have the availability just in the number of games on the schedule this year, and you wanted to see if you can get one more in there, just one more last tune-up before conference?
Yeah, we get 24 games every year, and we were short a couple, and so I've been trying to pick games up, and we picked up Ashland, and thought it was a good time right after a big break to get a 3rd game in before we get open with South Medford on Tuesday.
What do you think of tonight's opponent in Century? What kind of challenges are they going to bring to the table for you guys?
They're super athletic, and they're all over 6 foot, and so it's going to be a challenge for us blocking out every possession, not giving up boards, and staying in front of them defensively because they are athletic.
Yeah. All right, Coach. They also got a pretty loud band in a big gym here, so there you go. All right, Coach, thank you. Appreciate it. Head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here at Century High School as we get ready for Roseburg and Century squaring off tonight. They are loud here at the home of the Jaguars. It's a cinder block gymnasium, that big square, big box here with not a lot of soundproofing. So the band is reverberating around the whole thing, and it is tight in here tonight. So they are definitely a loud group here this evening. We're going to have a look at your starting lineups here in just a few moments as we get ready for this one to tip off. Roseburg coming in at 6-3, and Century at 7-5 on the season. Century out of the Pacific Conference. They're coming off of a 54-51 win over South Salem. Were 9-15 last year, 7-5 in conference, finishing third, losing in the first round of the state playoffs against West Lynn. They returned 5 players from last year's team, including 2 All-Leaguers. They did graduate 3 All-League players, including the League Defensive Player of the Year. Roseburg coming off of an 84-67 win over Thurston. And the last time these two teams met was back in 2019, Roseburg falling to Century 72-52. We'll take our final 2-minute break, come back with your starting lineups here from Century High School on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Back here in Hillsboro as we get ready for tip-off. Starting lineups being announced. Let's go ahead and check in with the Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his 5th year with the program. His starting 5 tonight will have senior Julian Lopez, a guard, along with senior guard Asher Vredenberg. Another senior guard in the lineup, Vincent Ash. A junior guard, Owen Bentia, and another junior. Rounding out the starting 5, Caden Luther for the Indians. On the other side, for the home Century Jaguars, led by head coach Scott Keller. He's got over 400 wins in his career coaching high school basketball. His starting 5, a junior guard listed at 6'1", Islam Muzaffarov. Along with him, a junior 6'2" guard, a second-team All-League selection last year, Jesli Bukayaneza. I'm going to probably do my best to try and not butcher that one all night long. But he is also out there starting, along with second-team All-League selection from last year, a senior guard at 6'4", Jordan Johnson. A senior forward at 6'4", Saxton Troop. And then rounding out the starting 5, senior forward at 6'3", Miles Duras. And that is your starting lineup tonight for the Century Jaguars as we get ready to tip this one at midcourt. I'll welcome you in. We'll get a chance to break for a legal ID here in just a moment as the opening tip just about to get underway. Looks like we are about to tip this one off, so we will hold for just a moment before the legal ID. We'll get that back in the studio in just a second. In the middle, Vredenberg jumping against Troop, and it's won by the Jaguars in their home whites. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Roseburg wearing the road blacks. Pick and roll action. Dump down to Duras. He is trying to fight from the right blocks. He'll put it up and through for the opening 2 points of tonight's ball game. 2-0 Century will take the opening lead. A runner for Asher Friedenberg will tie it up at 2-all. Basketball gets away from the baseline. Tied at 2-2 here in the opening period of the contest. And actually, it was lost out of bounds. I thought it got away after the made basket. It was tossed out of bounds. Roseburg will get it out on the turnover. Friedenberg finds Luther cutting to the right side of the basket. And it's Caden Luther for his first 2 points. And Roseburg will take a 2-point lead, their first of the night. Left-hand dribble from the left side. A swish for Jordan Johnson on a smooth-looking 12-foot J. On the right side, head fake. Friedenberg drives to the baseline. Lobs it back into the middle for Luther. Loses the handle. Gets it back. Left side of the key. He found Vincent Ash cutting right side of the lane. But Ash not ready for the pass to sneak through the defense. And it gets tipped out of bounds off the baseline. Roseburg turns it back over to Century. 7:03 to go, first period here. On the left side with it, Bukianeza. He'll toss it out to the top. To the right side for Johnson. He'll pull up for another long two. He hit it from the left side. Now he gets it from the right side. Jordan Johnson with 4 points in the ballgame, coming off of 12 points in his last matchup in that win over South Salem. Right side, Ben Tia. He's coming off of a 21-point performance. Made 7 threes in the game against Thurston on Tuesday. Julian Lopez draws it back out towards the center circle. Dribbling on the left side. Shot clock down to 15. Pass tipped away. And it is Muzafarov with the steal and the breakaway, too, to give Century its largest lead at 4. 8-4 your ball game here. Opening period of the game. Vincent Ash lobs to the top. Luther will give it back. Double team comes. They retreat back on Luther in the middle. Ash, left side, gets it to Bentia in the corner. Owen working one-on-one in the corner. Musafarov. Good defense on Bentia. Swats his shot out of bounds with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. 5:56 here to play in the first period. Bentia enters it in from the baseline. Looking, trying to trigger the inbound play, and it's a 5-second count. Roseburg will turn it over. So far, the offense has not found its rhythm. Century will have the basketball. Nice showing here on this Friday night in Hillsboro. School not yet back in session. Actually, might have started this week. Trying to remember how this all worked out. 3 from the left side, Jordan Johnson. He'll hit the first shot from long range for either team, and he stretches it to a 7-point lead for Century as the Jaguars out to a nice start. Friedenberg on the right side. They weave it around to the left side for Bentia at the wing. He'll get a screen, gets around it at the top. Bentia tried to dump it over the top to Luther, but Luther didn't get the hands up. That pass just trails out of bounds across the baseline, and it's a turnover once again by Roseburg. 5:28 to go here in the first quarter. Bringing the ball up will be Bukianeza. Driving in, put up a shot, fought through contact in Miles Doris. And his shot drops through, and he draws a foul as well. The foul goes against Vincent Ash, first against Roseburg, first against Ash. 5:18 here in the first quarter. And at the free throw line, first free throw shot of the night. It's off the mark for the left-handed shooting Doris, but rebound, offensive board for the Jags. And they put up a 3, hits on the back of the iron, falls off into the hands of Caden Luther. Friedenberg, right side, going to try and drive around the defense. He got free, and he finishes from the right side with the left hand. And Asher Friedenberg has 4, and he stops the scoring drought for Roseburg. 13-6 your score. In the corner, a 3, and it's Bukianeza who hits the 3, and it makes it a 10-point ball game. Trying to answer, left side, Julian Lopez 3 off the front iron, no good. Pulled down by Troop. Out to Musafarov, and his 3 air balls and out of bounds to Roseburg. Timeout taken down on the floor, 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here with 4:28 to go in the first quarter. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score. Roseburg basketball on the Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 10-point ball game here in the first quarter for Century. And Roseburg trying to find some offensive rhythm. They'll stay with the starting 5 on the floor out of the 30-second timeout. First timeout taken by Roseburg in the ball game. Julian Lopez will run the point, brings it through the center circle to the left side for Bentia, who hasn't really gotten a look on the offensive side so far. Vincent Ash trying to direct traffic from the left side, dribbles to the free throw line, hands off. Lopez, quick catch and shoot, it rims out. Rebound pulled down by Musafarov. Musafarov. These names they're going to get me all night. Driving from the left side, Buchaneza. His pass out of bounds, ricocheted into the cheerleaders on the far sideline. Roseburg will get the ball back, trailing by 10. Lopez sends it right side. Handoff by Ash to Vredenberg on the right side, marked by Buchaneza. Bounce underneath to Ash, out to Luther. They work left side to Bentia. Into the corner for Lopez. Back out, Owen. He'll get a quick window, launches his 3, no. Vredenberg, the offensive rebound, put back, is fouled in the act of shooting. Got the long rebound out at the right elbow, and he went right back up with the shot. Defense trailed into him, knocked him down, and Asher Vredenberg will head to the free throw line, looking to cut into the double-digit deficit here in the first quarter. Asher Vredenberg at the free throw line, coming off of an 11-point night against Thurston back on Tuesday. He is a 58% free throw shooter, hits the first. Second one coming for the senior. And he nails them both. Makes it an 8-point ball game. Roseburg pressing a bit, lob up the floor, they get it, and it's a two-hand lay-in. And that's Doris, who has 6 in the contest, back to a 10-point game. Century able to break that press from Roseburg quickly. They pick and roll, driving left side. Shot was tipped for Bentia. Luther got the rebound. He'll go up with a shot. No. Bentia rebound, saves it back in to Vredenberg, who gets called for the travel. Roseburg a couple of looks at possession, cannot capitalize. 3:10 to go here in the first. Handoff right side for Johnson. He lobs into the middle as they went with the pick and roll off the hands of Troop. Roseburg with the takeaway. Vredenberg right side, head fake, gets baseline. Double team comes. Deep 3 by Lopez. He nails it. Julian Lopez with the 3 for Roseburg. Their first of the night, and they're back within 7. 2:45 to play. Right side, Johnson treats into the corner, bounces to the lane. With it, Troop. Turnaround high off the glass, no. Rebound tipped. Ash will track it down in the corner, and he races up the floor to the free throw line, pulls up for the jumper, and he knocks it down. Vincent Ash with his first of the night. And Roseburg's back within 5, a quick 5-0 run there for the Indians. 2:20 to go here in the first, and a blocking foul on Owen Bentia. It's going to be the call as he tried to get in front of Jessley Buchaneza, the junior guard, a second-team All-Leaguer last year, and he's coming off of a 25-point game. Heading to the bench, Saxton Troop will check out. Peyton McIntosh will check in, 6'9" senior center. A laser across the lane, out to a 3, no good. Rebound, not able to save it back in for McIntosh. Off the miss by Buchaneza. Buchaneza, I think is what I was told. It's a 5-point ball game, 18-13 with 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. On the right side, Humphreys not seeing the team execute what he wanted from the bench. Under 2 minutes to go. Right side, fake the handoff. Lopez nearly lost his dribble, gets it out to Vredenberg. 15 seconds on the clock, still time. Vredenberg hands it off to Lopez, works left side, back out to Vredenberg. He'll dribble right side, under 10 to go, now down to 5. Driving baseline, dump back out to Bosley, who's come in. A runner by Ash, back of the iron, no. Bosley trying to race down for the rebound, and it's last touched by Century, out of bounds to Roseburg. Coach Humphreys trying to reset it. And a foul called after the entry pass of the middle of the lane there. They'll call that foul on Peyton McIntosh, his first, second team foul against Century. Inbound goes left side. It's Bentia who fights through contact, gets his first field goal, and it's a 3-point game. Roseburg rallying back after being down by as many as 10. And a travel call on the right side. Bukayaneza trying to drive to the right side of the rim, got tied up and gets whistled for the travel. 1:21 to go, and Roseburg has a chance to tie it on a made three. Game last tied when it was 4-4. Roseburg had their only lead at 4-2. Lopez will bring it through the center circle across the timeline. Bosley, Vredenberg, Ash, and Bentia out there along with Lopez. Bentia to Lopez, left side. He's going to drive baseline, angles underneath, circles around, back into the right corner. Bentia gets it. They work it left side. Deep three by Vredenberg. The rainbow shot, back iron, tracked down by Johnson. Century will bring it up the left side. Gets it out to Doris. He drives left side. Defender falls down, but underneath it's Vredenberg with the defensive board. A three by Bentia. Left side! And Owen Bentia ties us up at 18 all with 45.6 to go here in the first quarter. Timeout taken by Century. Let's take a 30-second timeout as well on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Roseburg basketball here at Century, tied up at 18 after trailing by as many as 10. I think it was 18-8. Roseburg on a 10-0 run to tie this one up. 35 seconds to go in the first period. Out at the top, into the game, Nick Manguino. His three, no, but the putback bucket tipped in by McIntosh to give Century the 2-point lead. 21 seconds to go before the break. And before we head to the second quarter. Vincent Ash looking left side. Pass into the corner. Bentia head fake. Drives, lost his footing, and called for the travel. He took some contact, got bumped by Doris, and lost his footing. Fell down and gets whistled for the travel. Century will have the basketball. They stop that 10-0 run by Roseburg. Five seconds to go from the free throw line. The shot, no. McIntosh the board. Toss back out. And out of bounds. Ball tipped out as the clock expires. Into one period. It is 20-18. Century in front. We'll take a 1-minute break on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
8 minutes into the ball game. It's a 2-point contest. 20-18 Century leading. Roseburg will start with the basketball as we begin the second quarter. Julian Lopez out at the top. Will pass away right side. Get it right back from Vincent Ash. Working against this zone from Century. A long two for Asher Friedenberg will tie us up here to start off the second quarter. Century quickly up the floor. Right side with it is Manguino, the senior guard, who has checked in off the bench. Doris has it out at the top. Will hand it off to Bouquet Yaneza. Left side for the junior. Pass into the corner. Manguino lost his dribble off his foot. Picks it up. Will toss it out to McIntosh at the top. Reset with 13 seconds on the clock for the Jaguars. Crossover for Johnson. Right side. Dumps it into the middle to McIntosh, and he's just bigger than everybody else. Rolls it over the front of the iron to put Century back in front. 22-20, a three from the right side for Bentia, and Roseburg answers quickly and takes their second lead of the night. They're led by 2 earlier, now lead by 1. McIntosh into the corner for Manguino, out to Johnson for a right wing three. No, and an over the back by Doris. As boxing out was Vincent Ash, had the much bigger player on his back. And Doris at 6'3" tried to fight over the top of Vincent Ash and gets whistled for it. That'll be the first on Doris on the night. We've not yet seen Micah Mendoza for Roseburg. He is on the bench wearing his shooting shirt. Out at the top, Bentia dribbles left side, pulls up for a long two. The mid-range jumper falls, and Owen Bentia starting to catch fire. He's got 5 in the quarter, and he gives Roseburg its largest lead at 3, 25-22. 6:29 to go here in the second quarter. Bouquet Yaneza fires one out to the top to Manguino, gets it back right wing, drives baseline jumper for him. He'll rattle through the mid-range. Back to a 1-point game. Bouquet Yaneza at 5 points in the contest. Right side. Friedenberg out to Lopez. They work it left side. Bentia quickly attacks. Goes in for the scoop shot. Got too far underneath against McIntosh. Rebound down to Bouquet Yaneza. He's going to go coast to coast and finishes with the finger roll right at the front of the iron. And he puts Century back in front. 26-25. 5:50 to go here before the halftime break. Handoff, Friedenberg. He goes to the free throw line. Pulls up for the jumper. And Friedenberg, he's got 4 in the period. He's got 10 in the ball game. Puts Roseburg back in front. Both Friedenberg and Bentia with 10. A 3 from the left side by Johnson. Goes up and over the backboard and out of bounds to Roseburg. Roseburg with a bit of a smaller lineup here tonight, especially against this bigger Jaguars team, but they've been able to keep in it with some big shots here in this first half. Bosley has checked back into the game for Roseburg. He came off the bench in the first quarter. He gets it to Lopez left side, who launches a 3 dead on. Julian Lopez, his second of the ball game. And it's a 4-point contest. Roseburg in front, 30-26. Driving, cut off on the baseline. Century tosses back out to the top to Troop. Troop driving left side. He took some contact. Got hit in the face. And it is going to be against Bosley for his first. That'll be the first team foul of the second quarter for Roseburg. Bouquet Yaneza gets it out on the left wing. And a whistle away from the basketball, it sounds like. They call that against Vincent Ash. And he'll pick up his second. Ash will check out of the game as Caden Luther comes back in for Roseburg. So Ash heads to the bench with his 2 fouls. Roseburg leading by 4. 4:56 to go in the second quarter. Bouquet Yaneza gets it out at the top. He'll pull up for the three. It's off the mark. Pulled down by Lopez. Roseburg quickly in transition. Work up the floor. The runner from the right side of the lane, too strong off the back iron. Rebound pulled down by the Jaguars. Up the floor comes Johnson, weaving through the middle. Throws one up. No, the offensive putback for Doris is there. And he'll get Century back within two, 30-28. A three from the left side got knocked down on the shot was Bentia. Defensive board for Century going right to the rim, and finishing is Muzafarov. And he'll tie us back up at 30-all here in this first half. We've been tied a number of times here through this first half of this ball game. Bosley toss left side to Lopez. Roseburg been more in control here in the second quarter than they were in the first, falling down by as many as 10 in the first period. Roseburg's led by as many as 4 here in the second. Bosley drives in, gets it to Luther. Somebody's got to clear the lane. They will. Both Bosley and Luther were in there a while. A deep three by Vredenberg. Doesn't touch anything but the bottom of the net. The rainbow shot falls through, puts Roseburg in front by 3. 33-30. Left side, a three for Century. Jordan Johnson answers his second three of the ball game. And we've got a timeout taken by Roseburg. Full timeout taken, so we'll go ahead and sneak in a 30-second break before the halftime here from Century High School. Our score, 33-33. Roseburg and Century going back and forth here in the first half on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
3:33 to go in the first half, tied at 33 each in this one. Both teams on pace to be at or above their average so far here tonight. Tonight's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, and by Moore Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. Out of the timeout by Roseburg, Bentia gets it left side. Tie ball game. Bosley in the middle, tried to spin, tried to force up a shot and couldn't get his legs underneath him. Right through the left side of the lane, double clutch for Muzafarov. I'm butchering that name, I know it. 35-33, Century in front. Muzafarov with the two there. He's got 6 in the ball game. Vredenberg gets it to Bentia, cutting to the rim from the left side. Shot from behind the backboard, off the left iron, pulled down by Buchaneza. To the right side, Johnson, pump fake, drives, baseline from 10 feet, too strong. Tracking down the rebound is Lopez. Roseburg down by 2. Lopez thought about walking into a 3, pulled it back. He gets it to Bentia. Behind the back dribble, and a crossover. It gets knocked down by Buchaneza. And that will be his second team foul on Century here in the second quarter. 2:31 to go. Vincent Ash back into the game for Roseburg. Ash, Vredenberg, Luther, Bentia, and Lopez. Luther trying to enter it down to Vredenberg. Gets knocked away. Sailing to the rim goes Muzafarov. And he will lay it in to give Century a 4-point advantage. Their largest here in the second quarter, led by 10 in the first. Right side for Bentia. Trying to dribble around Muzafarov. They work it around the perimeter to the left side. Angling to the corner. Left-hand dribble for Vredenberg. Bounce it away to Luther. Luther reaching there by Muzafarov, and now a foul on a 3-point shot for Bentia. Muzafarov, he was reaching in a ton, catches a errant hand to the face. And so Muzafarov on the trainer's table on the scoring table. Doubled over with blood coming out, so we're going to get a blood timeout here with 1:58 to go. Heading to the free throw line is going to be Owen Bentia for 3 free throws on the foul. So they're going to have to get this cleaned up before we get back to action. Muzavarov had been just trying to get right there in the middle of it all. Had knocked away a pass with a reach in that didn't get whistled, and then connected with Bentia on the 3, and in that caught an inadvertent hand, arm, elbow, not sure exactly, but that caused him to start with the bloody nose. That's the first foul on Muzavarov in the ball game, and Bentia is going to be heading to the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at first half statistics for this one here tonight and recap how this one played out through the first half of the contest. Roseburg right now leading the Southwest Conference, ranked number 12 in the OSAA Power Rankings, at 6-3 on the season. South Medford at number 17 at 6-5 on the year. Sheldon at 6-5, ranked number 26. Grants Pass 6-6 so far this season, and ranked number 35. North Medford number 34 at 5-7 so far in non-conference play. South Eugene 4-7 in non-conference, ranked number 28, and Willamette at 2-10, ranked number 48 in the OSAA Power Rankings. Now those are the rankings that determine playoff seeding. You've also got the OSAA coaches polls that are done by voting of the coaches around the state in that classification. None of the Southwest Conference teams currently receiving votes in the OSAA coaches poll. But Roseburg right now in the top 16. That's a number that they're hoping to hold on to. Last year they were so close to trying to earn a first-round home playoff game. That has been a goal of the program for the last couple of years. And they've made it into the first round of the last couple of years of the playoffs, but they have not been able to get a home playoff game. At number 12 right now, they would be able to do that, but there is still a long way to go on this season. Still working on cleaning up blood out on the floor as they continue to kind of look around and track it all down. Roseburg has not faced Century since 2019. It looked like, as I was going back in my records, they played in 2018 and 2019. I believe they split those 2 games with the home team winning in each matchup. Century winning here at home 72-52 back in 2019. And then Roseburg winning at home against Century in 2018. And Coach Humphreys, let's see. That might have been his first or second season. That might have been his second season with the team. This is his 5th. So I think that would have been his second season with the team. At the line is Owen Bentia. He'll get a chance at 3 from the free throw stripe. And he hits the first. First free throw of the night for Bentia. Roseburg was 1 for 1 at the stripe in the first quarter, with Asher Vredenberg hitting the first 2 and the only 2 free throws for the Tribe so far here tonight. Second one goes through for Bentia. Makes it a 2-point ball game and a chance to cut it down to a 1-point game with the final free throw coming up. And that one is perfect. 1-point ball game, 37-36 after going 3 for 3 at the stripe there for Owen Bentia. Lob across the floor for the Jaguars. Into the game, Monzi Matabaro has checked in. Also, Denver Bowers has come into the game off the bench. In the middle, toss back out by Doris. 1:37 to go. Doris gets it back in the middle, backing his way in against Bentia. Lobs it back out to Bowers. His pass tipped out to the right corner, into the out to the top. And a foul called against Vredenberg. Well, that's tough there. Roseburg got him down to single digits on the shot clock. And then the whistle against Vredenberg, working against Jordan Johnson. Johnson listed at 6'4". He's an athletic 6'4" guard. He'll inbound from the far side into the backcourt. Buchayaneza will bring it across the timeline. Minute 23 to go. It was a fresh shot clock down to 29. Pass through the middle. Does not find its target. Intended for Miles Doris, and it's out of bounds. Denver Bowers will check back in for Buchayaneza. Roseburg with the basketball, trailing by 1. Lead has gone back and forth in this one here tonight. Julian Lopez into the front court, looks to the bench for the call from Coach Humphreys. A 3 by Bentia, just a bit short, but he gets knocked to the floor and will get another 3 at the charity stripe. They call that foul against Saxton Troop, and that's his first here tonight. And Bentia goes back to the line for another 3 free throws. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. You can make sure that you have an agent in your corner in these complicated times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. First free throw, bit of an adventure, but it does fall through for Bentia. Ties us up at 37 all with 69 seconds to go here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Second free throw. Well, I guess it was just a 2-shot foul. Must have had a foot on the line. I didn't see it that cleanly. Thought it was a 3. On the near side with the basketball, Johnson. Pitch and catch as he gets it back from Matabaro. Into the corner for Buchayaneza. Out to the top, Riedenberg matching against Johnson. 17, 16, 15. Shot clock winding down. About 35 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. At the free throw line, pull-up jumper, high arcer, no. It's Luther down with the rebound off of the miss. Up the floor, ball knocked away, out of bounds into the band on the far side. Poked away by Matabaro. Back into the game will come Denver Bowers, the senior forward. Buchayaneza will check out of the game. Buchayaneza has 2 fouls, and so they keep switching him in and out to try and avoid him picking up a cheap one before halftime. Enter it down to Bentia, trying to back his way in. Double team comes, he fights through it, and he works around the reverse lay-in. Bentia, a big second quarter, gives Roseburg a 3-point lead. 40-37, 8 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off, 5. Trying to go one-on-one, step back jumper for the buzzer beater, no, and rebound saved in, but no chance at a buzzer beater shot off the mark by Matabaro. And we go to the halftime break with Roseburg leading Century 40-37. We'll go away and come back with your halftime show after this 2-minute timeout. I'm Joey Kieran. Roseburg basketball for you tonight. We'll have your halftime recap when we return after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at the halftime break, it's the Roseburg Indians leading the Century Jaguars 40-37. Joey Keyran here with you. So we bring you in for the halftime break. Take a look at how this first half played out and get you ready for the second half of tonight's ball game. A competitive one between these two teams so far. Been a lot of fun. Back and forth we go. A little bit of a sloppy start for Roseburg. They were down 2-0. They would end up tying it up at 2 and then took a 4-2 lead. But then that was their only lead of the first quarter. And Century would go on a run. They led 18-8, a 10-point lead, their largest margin of the ball game. But then Roseburg went on a 10-0 run, tied it up at 18-all in that first quarter. Century would retake the lead before they go into the second quarter, 20-18 the score at the end of one. But in the second quarter, Roseburg came out firing and would build as much as a 4-point lead. Neither team able to lead by more than just a couple of buckets, as it was either about 2, 3, 4 points, the difference between both sides, with both teams pulling ahead by that much. Roseburg outscores Century 22-17 in the second quarter, and they lead it 40-37 here at the break. Back and forth we went through that one. Roseburg in the first half was 7 for 7 at the free throw line, and Roseburg had 5 3-pointers in the first half of the contest. On the other side, for Century, they were 0 for 1 at the free throw line. They had 3 3-pointers in the first half of the contest. Century 7-5 on the year. Roseburg 6-3, looking to keep its 4-game winning streak going and stretching it to 5. They lead by 3 here at the halftime break. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at individual scoring and stats from the first half of the contest, so stay tuned for that. Another 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back here in just a moment on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Entertaining first half for us here from Hillsboro at Century High School, where the Roseburg Indians lead the Century Jaguars 40-37 at the break. Take a look at individual scoring and stats from the first half of this one. Unofficial numbers here, although all my totals do add up, so that's always a bonus. In the first half for the visiting Roseburg Indians, leading scorer Owen Bentia, he had 12 points in the second quarter, 17 total for the ball game. He's got 2 threes and went 5 for 5 at the free throw line, all in the second quarter. Also in double figures, 13 points for Asher Vredenberg. He had 7 in the second period to get to double figures. 6 points on the night for Julian Lopez with a couple of made threes. 2 points for Vincent Ash and 2 points for Caden Luther. We're also keeping track of rebounds this season for our In the Paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. When it comes for you to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store. They're not a paint department. The Colorcraft In the Paint rebound leader from the first half unofficially was Caden Luther with 3 rebounds for Roseburg. The rebound leader at the end of the night will get a $10 gift card to Java Run. On the other side for Century, leading the way in double figures with 10 points, is Jordan Johnson. 8 points for Islam Muzavarov, and also 8 points in the game for Miles Doris. 7 points for Jessley Bukayaneza, and then you had 4 points for Peyton McIntosh tonight as well. That is a look at the scoring from this one. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show, where we will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Stop by and fill up after home games, or maybe get a pizza to take home for the away games when you might be watching it on your TV at home. The game tonight, video streaming, brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We're just about ready to get the second half underway. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Just a couple of minutes to go before we get this second half underway. The Roseburg JV team had a battle on their hands in the game prior to ours. Went down to the wire. Unfortunately, they ended up on the wrong end of it, losing 54-45 here tonight. So a tough one there. They were back and forth, and Roseburg was leading through much of it, but the Century JV team got hot right down the stretch, and they were able to come away with a victory in that one against Roseburg. Just about to get this one started. Roseburg in the road black jerseys and Century in the home white jerseys tonight. As the third quarter just about to get underway, we'll take a look at who's out there starting for the third quarter. It's going to be Jordan Johnson, Miles Doris, Islam Muzavarov, Saxton Troop, and Jessley Bukayaneza. That is your original starting 5 on the floor for Century. For Roseburg, it's Vredenberg, Ash, Luther, Lopez, and Bentia. The starting 5 out there on the floor to start the second half for Roseburg as well. Century will start with the basketball, now moving right to left on your radio dial. Bukayaneza will get it to start things off. They lob it down underneath left side. Johnson out to the top. A 3 off the mark. Rebound tipped around underneath. Offensive putback. No good for Doris underneath. Luther comes away with the rebound. Roseburg will get the stop, bring it up the floor to our right side as we sit behind the scorer's table between the benches here at Century High School. On the right wing, Vincent Ash needs some help. The offense not moving much for him. He gets it to Luther at the free throw line. Luther hands it off. Vredenberg in the left corner. Wanted to go up with a shot. Had the bigger defender on him. Couldn't force it through the hands. Vincent Ash brings it right side. Picks it up at the elbow. And will give it away. Down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Roseburg's got to find something to do. Vredenberg's going to toss up a deep 3, and he misses everything. That'll be a shot clock violation. So that was not what Coach Jordan Humphreys wanted to start this second half. 50 seconds ticked away. Neither team with a point so far. Roseburg still leading by 3. To the left side with it. Around a screen, Johnson weaves through the lane. Kick out to the right side for Troop. Fires it across into the corner, back out to Musavarov on the left wing, working against Lopez. Right-hand dribble, pass it away. They weave to the right side for Johnson. Looks for the cutter. He gets it to Musavarov. He backs his way in against Bentia, puts up the turnaround jumper. No, it just grazed the front of the iron, and Bentia tracks it down. He'll bring it up the floor. 6:37 to go, third quarter. Jab step, drive left side, stop at the elbow, get it to Ash, and Vincent Ash pulls up for the baseline jumper from 8 feet, and he extends Roseburg lead to 5, their largest lead of the night. A 3 on the other side. Buchayaneza knocks it down, his second of the game, and it's back to a 2-point ball game. 42-40. Roseburg in front, out at the center circle. Lopez rifles it to Vredenberg, gets bumped into the right corner, picks up the dribble, looking for Luther underneath. He's got to get it away. Luther gets it underneath, backs his way in, whips a pass out to Lopez on the far side. He dribbles left hand into the baseline, tried to work it through the middle of the defense, got kicked, no whistle. Buchayaneza races up the floor, left side, a 3 off the mark. Luther, another board underneath. He's got 5 in the ball game. Bentia brings it up right side. He'll launch a 3. Gets knocked down. He doesn't get a whistle, but he hits the bucket. The ball gets away here on the inbound. Rolls up towards midcourt. 3-pointer there for Owen Bentia. His third in the contest. Makes it a 5-point game. 45-40. 5:38 to go in the third. Buchayaneza in the center circle, working against Bentia. One-hand pass left side to Musavarov. Down to the baseline for Troop. Back out to the top. They work it around to the right side to Johnson. He'll go around a screen with the left hand from the right elbow. Launches up the shot underneath. It's Bentia fighting with Lopez. Same team. Bentia will pull in the board. Bentia working left side. Back out to Lopez. Stutter step, drives and gets redirected. Turned away. Back out to the top. 5-point ball game. Pass nearly taken away by Johnson. A 3 from the left side, off by Vredenberg. Tipped up and stays inbounds, does Johnson, as he tiptoes along the baseline. To the right side, Musavarov driving, picks it up at the right blocks. The kick back out to the top. Bounce to the left block against Lopez. Buchayaneza turns, spins, gets to the baseline. Back to his right, fires to the right corner. Musavarov's head fake. And a whistle before he gets off the shot. It'll be inbound on the baseline for the Jaguars. The foul going to be called against Roseburg. That's going to go against Owen Bentia, who picks up his second. That'll be the first team foul of the second half for Roseburg. Inbound from the baseline. Musavarov gets free on the left side, but he gets a shot blocked by Vredenberg, who comes away with it. Asher with a big defensive play. They get it up to the right side for Ash. He didn't have his dribble, got trapped, but he didn't have a defender on him. Buchayaneza looks to be limping a little bit as he tries to walk it off. Lopez will get it right side, dribbles into the corner, looking underneath for Luther, not there. Out to Ash. He drives left side, got around Buchayaneza, who's a little bit slow, and Ash will get the left-handed lay-in. 7-point game for Roseburg. Buchayaneza still in the game. Crossover. He goes to the left elbow. He'll force up a shot, and he swishes it through. He's got 5 in the period. Makes it a 5-point game. 47-42. Roseburg in front. 3:58 to play in the third quarter. Vredenberg got a spin move, got away from the defender. He hesitated, tried to go up with a shot on the hesitation, and it got blocked. Rebound down to Century. Right side, Buchayaneza reaching in. Lopez gets the ball, but gets a little bit of the arm, and he gets whistled for the foul. Julian Lopez picking up the foul, his first. Roseburg with 3 timeouts left. Century with 4. 3:45 to go here in the third quarter, and heading to the free throw line for the first time tonight is Jessley Buchayaneza. He will put up the first shot, knocks it through. First made free throw of the night for Century. He only had 1 attempt in the first half. Century averaging 57.2 points per game. Looks like they might be on target to break that average here tonight. Second free throw, dances on the iron before it falls through. Makes it a 3-point game, 47-44. Roseburg still in front. They've been leading through this third quarter. Ball knocked out of the hands for Lopez. Enters it down to Ash at the right elbow. And from behind, Musavarov tried to knock it away. Gets called for the reach-in. His second personal. Roseburg will have it on the near sideline, near the end of their own bench. Toss in by Ash. They get it to the left elbow for Luther. He drew the defense out and driving left side. That was Bentia, hung in the air, clutched, and lays it off the glass. Long pass, cross court, gets to Jordan Johnson on the left wing, marked by Vredenberg. Fakes left, goes right, gets in the middle, tried to pass it right through the middle of Julian Lopez. And Roseburg was going to get it, but a whistle somewhere in there. They're going to say that he was shooting. He threw that ball right into the chest of Julian Lopez. He was passing. 5-point lead for Roseburg right now. That's the argument that Coach Jordan Humphreys was trying to make. And at the line, Jordan Johnson misses the front end of his two. He was driving in. He tried to throw that to a teammate and threw it right into the chest of Julian Lopez. Second free throw is good. Makes it a 4-point game, 49-45. That foul was called against Caden Luther, his first. Luther with it, on the right elbow, out to Lopez, launches the three, he buries it. Third of the game for Julian Lopez. Roseburg in front by 7, their largest lead of the night. Matching what they've done earlier in this third quarter. Johnson looking underneath, got it to Troop, and Troop, the big man in the middle, has the easy bunny. Up the floor quickly, Vredenberg gets to the right block, keeps it, spin, fade away, and it's short. Rebound underneath, taken away by Bouquet and Asa. Up the left side, hands it off. Johnson to the top, work it to the far side, into the hands of Musavarov. He drives, pulls up for the jumper. No, Vredenberg, the weak side rebound. Up the floor quickly, Lopez lost his footing in the lane, pulls up for the jumper. No, underneath, rebound down to Doris, and now a whistle. That's going to be on Luther, who picks up a quick 2 here in the third quarter. Michael Bosley was ready to check in prior to the whistle, and so Bosley will come in for Luther, who picks up his second. Bosley, the senior, will come in for Roseburg. Limited rotation tonight for the Indians in this ballgame. Out at the top, Bentia fights through a screen. Bouquet and Asa, long pass into the left corner for Musavarov. Toss it out to the top for Troop. Tracks it down, works left side to Musavarov. He tries to split the defense, pass back in the left corner. Johnson steps back out for the left wing 3. No, and it's Vincent Ash with the defensive board. Ash will race it up the floor. Back out to Vredenberg. He's got a wide open look, but he hesitated to try and get the 3 away, and he lost his opportunity. But Vincent Ash instead will drive baseline and knocks it down. He pulls up for the 8-footer and puts it through, and Vincent Ash has 8 points in the ballgame. That's a new career high for the senior. Driving left side on the other side is Bouquet Yaneza, and he gets a whistle. It's Owen Bentia that'll pick up his third. 5 team fouls against Roseburg. The Jaguars now into the bonus. Heading to the free throw line will be Bouquet Yaneza. He is 2 for 2. Make that 2 for 3 as he misses the front end. Substitutions into the game tonight will be Andy McCurdy, who will check into the ball game for the first time. Been a new name that was added to the lineup since I've been gone, so my first chance to see McCurdy, who checks in here in the third quarter. Owen Bentia going to get a breather. Second free throw no good. Rebound tipped around, and it came down to Lopez, tipped by Vredenberg. So Roseburg leading by 7. Still their largest lead of the game. An empty trip to the free throw line for Bouquet and Asa. Into the right corner, Lopez to Bosley. They work out to Ash at the top. Vredenberg's going to take it into the left corner, backs his way into Johnson. They'll reset. McCurdy quickly dribbles to the top, hands it off to Ash. Ash left side to Bosley, who tosses it back out to the top. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Lopez launches up a shot, and it's a shot clock violation. His three-point shot misses everything and out of bounds. Roseburg running their offense there, but could not get the look they wanted and had to put up the desperation 3 by Lopez. 7-point game, under 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg leading against Century. Bouquet and Asa pass right side at the wing. Johnson around a screen, pulls up for the 3. He'll swish it through. His third of the game. Makes it a 4-point game. Lopez out to the left side, 30 seconds to play. Shot clock and game clock about a second or less difference. Roseburg can hold for the last shot here. Lopez has it. It's less than a second different. Out to the top, McCurdy, 13 seconds. Ash driving left side, got pushed. And that foul is going to be on Musavarov. That is going to be the third on Musavarov. Owen Bentia going to check back into the game for the final 10 seconds. Shot clock will be turned off. And Nico Manguino will come into the game defensively for Century. Vincent Ash will check out for a quick breather. Inbound from the baseline for Vredenberg. Went into the middle to Luther. Rebound pulled down by Vredenberg. He put up a shot before he thought was going to be the buzzer. Buchayaneza at the horn. His shot, no. And that will finish the third quarter. 54-50. Roseburg in front by 4 as we go to the fourth quarter. On 541radio.com, on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sport event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Heading to the fourth quarter, a 4-point ball game. Roseburg in front. They led by as many as 7 in that third quarter. And they will try to hang on to the lead here against Century. It'll be Roseburg basketball to start the fourth quarter. Julian Lopez with it. We'll pass it away to Asher Vredenberg. Caden Luther on the floor. Owen Bentia and Andy McCurdy out there for the Indians to start this fourth period. Lopez to McCurdy. And they'll work it to the top. Vredenberg picks up the dribble. Man-man defense here by Century. Working tightly against Roseburg. Ball knocked out of the hands of Lopez. 9 seconds on the shot clock. They'll hand it off to Vredenberg. Got it underneath to McCurdy. McCurdy feeds Luther. No, but it's Vredenberg on the weak side rebound, and he'll get 2. And Roseburg back to a 6-point lead. Nice job on the glass by the Indians there on that offensive possession. McIntosh, Buchayaneza. Buchayaneza will launch a 3. No, underneath. McIntosh gets shoved in the back by Luther. He'll pick up his third as he's got a big task in trying to control the 6'9" senior. You've got McIntosh, Johnson, Buchayaneza, Doris, and Manguino, the 5 players on the floor for Century here in the fourth quarter. Caden Luther will check out of the game with his 3 fouls. Into the game comes Bosley for Roseburg. A pass goes right into the middle. Easy bunny from the right side for Miles Doris, who's got now double figures. He's up to 10. 56-52. 1 minute ticked away here in the fourth quarter. Right side, Vredenberg dribbles back out. Pass it away to the far side of the floor, working for Bentia, and the bounce pass goes right to the hands of McIntosh. Big opportunity here for the Jaguars. Pull-up jumper from just inside the free throw line is no good for Buchayaneza. Vredenberg had the rebound. A 3 from the left side, and Roseburg answers on the other side. It's Owen Bentia with his 4th. He's been heating up as of lately, and now a blocking foul on the other end of the floor by Asher Vredenberg. I have that down for his second. It is the second on Vredenberg. 4 threes in this one for Owen Bentia. He's got 25. That is a new career high for the junior. 59-52, back to a 7-point lead. Inbound pass, got loose, and it's Bentia that comes up with it. Roseburg with the basketball, a chance to stretch it to its largest lead of the game. Lopez will get a handoff from McCurdy, launches the three, just a bit too long. Back iron rebound, pulled down by McIntosh, the big man in the middle. Up the left side, Buchayaneza hands it off to Johnson. Couple of jab steps, he'll launch the three. Back iron, no. Bentia tracks down the loose ball in the far corner. 2 minutes away in the fourth quarter. Vredenberg with it on the left side. Humphreys wants some movement. Back out to Bosley. Gets it to Lopez. Julian has been playing. I think he's played almost this entire game. I don't know if Julian's come out at all. He gets shoved as he dribbles right side, loses it, but draws the whistle. That is going to be on Musavarov, who picks up his fourth. I'm going to get a sub in for Musavarov. It's Manguino that'll check into the game. I think I said Manguino was in earlier. I believe I mistook him for Musavarov. 7-point game, matching Roseburg's largest lead of the evening. Left side, Lopez dribbles into the corner on the Jaguars' font. Into Bentia, who's had a big night. Puts up the right-hand push shot from the baseline. No. Down to Century, racing up the floor. Buchayaneza hangs in the middle. Didn't get the shot. McIntosh put back no good. Rebound tipped out to the top. Buchayaneza, three from the left corner. Got it. 3 looks on that possession for the Jaguars. Get them back within 4. 5:21. And counting here in this fourth quarter. Roseburg leading. Vredenberg, pass away, right side to McCurdy, who's been playing some heavy minutes here from the end of the third quarter into the fourth. Out to the top, Vredenberg, bounce it away, left side to Bentia. Looking into the middle, gets it to Bosley. Bosley draws McIntosh, got him in the air on the pump fake, and gets the whistle. And Michael Bosley, the senior, will head to the free throw line where he's a 75% shooter looking for his first points of the night. 4:59 to go here in the third quarter, or make that fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and pause real quick for station identification as Roseburg leads against Century here on 541radio.com and on the score. First free throw rims out for Bosley. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com, or you can give them a call at 541-459-1545. Live video streaming of tonight's ball game online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. Bosley gets 1 out of 2 at the line and makes it a 5-point game, 60-55. The scoring has slowed down a little bit here in the second half as the two teams defensively have stepped things up a bit. 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 5-point game for Roseburg. Manguino, pass it away left side. Johnson bounces it. Doesn't get it right back from Doris. Doris driving left side. It kicks out to Buchayaneza. Gets it back left wing. Doris driving baseline. Makes a late pass. Tipped away. Diving for it was Bentia with 3 on the shot clock. Buchayaneza, his 3, no. McCurdy fights for the rebound and pulls it in. Big stop there for Roseburg. Bentia, other side with the ball. The 3 just a bit too long. And then on the rebound, Manguino steps on the baseline to give it back to Roseburg. That was an opportunity for Owen Bentia to really put a nail in the coffin against this Jaguars team with that 3 after the stop on the defensive side, but he could not drain it for his 5th of the night. Instead, Roseburg with the stop, though, after stepping on the baseline, was Nico Manguino. Timeout taken on the floor. Let's go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout as well here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
4:14 left to go in the contest. Possession arrow favors Century. Roseburg leading 60-55. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Remember to stick with us for the post-game recap of tonight's contest. We'll have that coming up for you once we wrap up the regular or tonight's game. Inbound goes out to McCurdy, who's been playing big minutes here. Shot blocked out of bounds for Owen Bentia after the inbound. That was Saxton Troop that got the swat, but it stays with Roseburg. 27 seconds on the shot clock as we near the midway point here of the fourth quarter. Manguino will head to the bench. Back into the game comes Muzavarov. Inbound from Friedenberg goes to Ash. McCurdy gets it out at the top. Dribbles right side. Hands it off to Bentia. And Bentia, a shove by Saxton Troop. Bentia I was worried he was going to get called for a travel. That is the second foul on Saxton Troop. Third against the Jaguars here in the fourth quarter. McCurdy will inbound it into the backcourt to Friedenberg. McCurdy right side, dribbles into the corner, looking underneath for Bosley, who marks up against the equally sized Buchayaneza. Hand off to Friedenberg at the free throw line, dribbles out to Bosley. Bosley hands over the head, and a timeout taken. A warning is called on Roseburg's Jordan Humphreys. Apparently he was outside of his coach's box over there. Asher Friedenberg will get it. Roseburg has it with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bentia double team, gets it to Friedenberg. He drives baseline, feeds a pass out to McCurdy. Bosley out to Bentia, 1 second on the clock. Three-pointer no good. Rebound pulled down by Doris. Up the floor quickly for Century. And on the left side, it's Jordan Johnson that lays it off the glass to make it a three-point game. 60-57, 3:13 to go in the contest. Roseburg trying to find some momentum again. Bosley draws a whistle from Buchayaneza, who will pick up his third. And that'll be the fourth on Century here in the fourth quarter. Roseburg leading by 3. Friedenberg will get it in the backcourt again. Walks it across the timeline. McCurdy, right side. Out to Friedenberg. He'll dribble left side. Screen, gets the switch, drives in, got around the defender. No, underneath. Bosley with the offensive board, but his putback is going to rim out. A chance to tie for Century on a 3. Driving in the middle. Wild shot, but draws the whistle for Muzavarov. 2:38 to go in the contest. Muzavarov will try to make it a one-point game at the free throw line. His first trip to the charity stripe. Tonight's contest brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. First free throw coming up here is short for Muzavarov. On the night, just 3 for 8 at the charity stripe for the Jaguars so far tonight. McCurdy will check out of the game as Julian Lopez got a lengthy breather there. He would come back into the game for the final run. Lopez with 9 points in the ball game tonight. Second free throw for Muzavarov. Back iron, no. Rebound to Bosley. Empty trip to the free throw line for the Jaguars. That'll be something they look back to, I'm sure, if things don't go their way. Friedenberg dribbles right side, got bumped a little bit. Coach Humphreys throws up his arms, wondering where's the help with the call, and a hesitation. Lopez wanted to pass it left side, but he hesitated and had second thoughts about it. And with that little bit of a hesitation, indecision, pass was off the mark intended for Bentia, and it ended up out of bounds. Turnover by Roseburg. Could be something they look at when they look back on this tape. 2:23 to go in the contest. A 3-point game, and Century calling the timeout. Century will have 3 timeouts left, and Roseburg has 2 left. So we'll update our scoreboard graphic for those that are watching online. Video stream coverage brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg High Sports. Don't forget, you can follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube to find us there. And you can hit that subscribe button to make sure you get notifications every time we go live with another Roseburg High sporting event. Out of the timeout, it is 60-57. Roseburg leading by 3. Century basketball. 2:20 and counting. Pass knocked away left side by Vredenberg, out of bounds with 30-second on the shot clock. It'll be Jordan Johnson to inbound here to the end of the scorer's table. Toss it into the backcourt for Muzavarov, who brings it across the timeline. His pass stolen away by Vredenberg. Vredenberg going one-on-one. Spin move, got around it, and he lays it in. Asher Vredenberg, the steal and the finish. Huge for Roseburg there. 2 minutes to go in this one. Back out to a 5-point lead for Roseburg. A 3 from the left side. Johnson shot, rims out. Lopez board. Roseburg with the stop. Lopez tries to attack right through the middle, gets the whistle. And they're trying to say that Lopez was in the act of shooting. He was not. But Roseburg's into the bonus, so Century not in the bonus as the quarter shifted. So now it's Roseburg in the bonus with 5 team fouls against Century. And Julian Lopez, a 79% free throw shooter, hits the first. That'll make it a 6-point game. 63-57. 1:50 to go in the contest. Second one for Lopez. That one is picture perfect. 7-point ball game, largest lead of the night for Roseburg. They've hit it multiple times. 1:40 and counting. Bukayaneza draws it back out to the center circle. Pass left side. Muzavaraz will give it away to the right side. Bukayaneza looking for some help, wants a screen. He goes right side, tries to split 2 defenders, throws it off the glass and banks it in. He knocks through the shot to make it a 5-point game. 64-59, a minute 25 to play. Timeout taken by Century. They'll have 2 left. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
This is the Score, your home for Roseburg High Sports on the radio. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High boys basketball. Tomorrow, Roseburg will be hosting Ashland for a 5:30 tip-off time. We didn't find out about this game until late this week, so we are not going to have it on the radio for you tomorrow, but we're going to be there to do the video stream, so hopefully you can join us for that tomorrow live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel to follow tomorrow's game between Roseburg and Ashland. Minute 20, Roseburg with the basketball facing a press from Century. Ball taken away. Jordan Johnson picks the pocket of Asher Vredenberg and then barrels into the chest of Owen Bentia, who gets whistled for the block. That almost looked as if Jordan Johnson had just ran right through Owen Bentia, but he might not have had his feet planted just yet. And so the turnover by Vredenberg leads to free throws here for Jordan Johnson. No, I don't think it's going to be free throws yet. I don't think he was shooting, was he? No, they are going to give him free throws here. As the fourth against Owen Bentia. As they wipe off some sweat on the court here. Minute 13 to go. Jordan Johnson at the free throw line, 1 of 2 tonight. Johnson has 16 points in the matchup. And he's the second leading scorer in the contest for Century. Johnson, the senior guard, second team All-League selection from a year ago, hits the first. Johnson coming off of 12 points and a win over South Salem on Tuesday. Second free throw coming up for him. Trying to make it a three-point game. He will. 2 of 2 at the free throw stripe for Jordan Johnson. A three-point ball game with 1:12 to go. Ball turned over, and it's Buchayaneza who gets an easy bucket underneath to make it a one-point game. Roseburg facing that press, just a brain fart. Lopez brings it across the timeline, hands it off to Vredenberg. 55 seconds to play in the contest. About 30-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lopez in the corner, bounce it out to Bosley, almost poked away by Bowers, who has come into the game. 13 seconds. Bentia gets it left side, out to Ash, and Roseburg turns it over. Vincent Ash trying to pass it to Julian Lopez, who started cutting to the basket, and there was nowhere in there to receive the pass from Vincent Ash. 37.6 seconds to play. Timeout taken by Century, and we're going to keep it right here. Century will have one more timeout left. Roseburg with 2 left in this one. There is a 2.6 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So if Century milks it all the way down to the buzzer on this 35-second shot clock and makes it, there's not going to be a lot of time left for Roseburg to try to answer. Stay with us for the postgame show where we will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game and take a look at your postgame stat recap. Well, give credit to Century. They have trailed by 7 many times here through this second half, but they continue to chip away at it. But Roseburg, on the other side, give credit to the Indians. They've been able to pull back out in front, but a couple of miscues here late, a couple of turnovers. On a full court press, they gave it right back to Century for an easy 2. And now a turnover on an errant pass. And Roseburg, a little sloppy with the basketball here in the fourth quarter, has left the door open for Century. The Jaguars will have the basketball with 37.6 seconds to go. They'll have to inbound from near the Roseburg bench. It'll be Troop to initiate as he sends it into the backcourt to Buchayaneza. We'll slow things down here. Buchayaneza goes fakes left, goes right. Pass it away to Johnson. Bounce pass to the left corner. Out to the top from Doris. Buchayaneza has it. 23 seconds to go in the contest. Buchayaneza at the free throw line. Out to Doris. Johnson comes to get it. The handoff straight away 3. Short, and it's Ash on the rebound. And they'll foul Bentia. Vincent Ash with a huge defensive board. And it's a 1-point lead for Roseburg with 11.5 seconds to play after a miss by Jordan Johnson. His straightaway 3 just short, clanked off the front of the iron. And we walk the other direction where Owen Bentia has an opportunity to help Roseburg put this game away. 11.5 seconds to go, a 1-point game. Bentia's first free throw rolls over the front of the iron. Makes it a 2-point game. Second free throw coming up here for Bentia. The junior. Right-handed shot. No. Rebound. Pulled down by Century. 8 seconds to go. They're not going to call their final timeout. Buchayaneza, 3. No. 2 seconds. 1 second. Ball tipped around at the horn. No. Roseburg wins. 65-63. Your final